You think you know what she wants in bed, but 90% of the time you have no idea. And the things she's secretly craving, she's terrified to ever tell you. Tonight, I'm going to reveal 10 naughty desires she's fantasized about, the ones she's dying to explore but fears asking for. And once you understand these, you'll instantly deepen intimacy like never before. It's not just about bodies, it's about psychology, courage, and connection. The moment you start recognizing these subtle cues, the sexual energy between you will shift. You'll notice how she reacts, what excites her, and how a simple word or touch can unlock her hidden desires. Before any fantasy, kink, or daring desire comes to life, she needs to feel completely safe with you. Emotional safety isn't just about avoiding judgment, it's about creating a space where she can show her vulnerabilities without fear. If she worries that admitting a naughty thought will make you think less of her, she'll bury it, and that hidden desire becomes frustration rather than pleasure. Trust is the foundation, and all sexual exploration builds on top of it. Without a solid foundation, nothing feels secure or satisfying. You demonstrate safety not by asking a checklist of questions, but by how you listen, respond, and react. If she murmurs a hint of a fantasy, your eyes, your tone, and your attention communicate either acceptance or judgment. Small, consistent actions, like reassuring her curiosity is welcome, laughing with her playfully instead of critically, or showing interest without pressure, signal that it's okay to explore. These subtle cues tell her she can be honest without worrying about criticism. Emotional safety also means she can let go of performance anxiety, knowing you're not just chasing your pleasure, but genuinely attuned to hers. When she senses that you value her feelings and respect her boundaries, her body relaxes, her mind opens, and even the smallest touch can ignite deep desire. Suddenly, she feels free to reveal the parts of herself she's kept hidden, and that freedom transforms ordinary intimacy into something electrifying and unforgettable. Emotional safety is not a one-time gesture. It's the ongoing attention to her comfort, curiosity, and trust, and it is without question the single most powerful turn-on she'll ever experience. Many women secretly crave dominance or control dynamics in the bedroom, but most are terrified to ever ask for it. This doesn't mean every woman wants the same thing or that she's submissive in every area of life. It's about the play of power and trust in a safe space. The thrill comes from knowing someone confident is taking the lead, making decisions that excite her without hesitation while still respecting her limits. It's a delicate balance of assertiveness and care, and when done right, it sparks a deep, almost addictive intensity. You don't need to coerce or pressure her to explore this. Instead, it's about reading subtle signals. The way she bites her lip, the small tremble in her voice, even a glance that lingers too long, these are all cues she's craving someone to guide her. A firm hand on her waist, a confident whisper, or taking initiative in small ways can communicate dominance without words. Conversely, giving her control in the right moments can be just as thrilling, letting her experiment safely within boundaries she might feel shy to voice. The key is confidence paired with awareness. She wants to surrender, but only to someone who respects her limits and emotional cues. When you lead with attentiveness, the dynamic doesn't feel intimidating. It feels electrifying. That tension between control and consent ignites a level of intimacy and desire that words alone can't create. Many women fantasize about it constantly, imagining the safe thrill of letting go but rarely speak up. By understanding this subtle craving, you open a door to a level of connection that transforms ordinary sex into something both psychologically and physically intoxicating. Dirty talk is one of the most powerful yet underestimated ways to ignite desire, and many women secretly crave it but feel embarrassed to admit it. It's not about saying anything vulgar for the sake of it. It's about using words to awaken her imagination, excite her senses, and make her feel desired in ways physical touch alone cannot. The right words can create tension, anticipation, and intimacy simultaneously, turning even a simple touch into an electrifying experience. What makes dirty talk so irresistible is its ability to bypass inhibition. A whispered compliment, a subtle description of what you want to do to her, or encouraging her to share her own fantasies, all signal that it's safe to explore her desires. Women often imagine scenarios in their minds that they would never voice, and hearing even a hint of them mirrored by a partner validates those desires, amplifying arousal and trust. It's the bridge between fantasy and reality, a channel where mental stimulation transforms into physical craving. The secret is authenticity and attentiveness. She doesn't want a robotic script or crude repetition. She wants words that are tailored to her reactions, her energy, and the moment. Paying attention to her responses, breath, shivers, moans, guides the conversation naturally, letting you escalate or slow down in perfect harmony. Dirty talk becomes not just a turn-on, but a form of emotional intimacy, allowing her to feel understood and seen on a deeper level. When done correctly, it dissolves hesitation, empowers her to explore hidden fantasies, and transforms a simple sexual encounter into something intensely personal, unforgettable, and wildly erotic. Sensory play is one of the most exciting ways to amplify intimacy, and it's something many women secretly crave but rarely admit. It's not just about physical sensations, it's about heightening every nerve ending, turning touch, sight, and sound into electric stimulation. Simple elements like feathers, ice, silk scarves, or even subtle changes in pressure can transform ordinary moments into intense, unforgettable experiences. The key is variety and mindfulness. Alternating textures, temperatures, and movements keeps her body and mind on high alert, making every touch feel more intimate and deliberate. What makes sensory play so intoxicating is the element of anticipation and surprise. When she doesn't know exactly what comes next, every brush of your hand, every soft whisper, or every unexpected sensation keeps her heart racing and her mind fully present. The thrill is not only in the sensation itself, but in the trust required to let go and surrender to it. She feels both cared for and excited, knowing that you are attuned to her reactions and adjusting to maximize her pleasure. Subtlety is essential. Sensory play doesn't need to be extreme to be electrifying. Light touches across sensitive areas, soft restraints, or gentle blindfolding can dramatically enhance arousal by amplifying anticipation and focusing attention on the moment. Women love that you notice their responses, the way her breath quickens, her skin tingles, her body leans into your touch, because it shows that you are engaged, attentive, and confident. When done thoughtfully, sensory play bridges physical stimulation with emotional intimacy, creating a depth of connection and desire that standard touch alone could never achieve. It turns ordinary encounters into experiences that linger in the mind long after the moment is over, igniting cravings she may have never dared to voice. Role-playing fantasies are one of the most common desires women secretly hold, yet few ever voice them. It's not about elaborate costumes or scripts. It's about stepping into a playful, imaginative world where she can explore sides of herself that everyday life keeps hidden. Whether it's a teasing power dynamic, a naughty scenario, or simply pretending to be someone else for a moment, role playing allows her to experiment safely with excitement, confidence, and vulnerability all at once. The thrill of role playing comes from the freedom to step outside her usual persona. She can express desire, flirt boldly, or explore dominance and submission without fear of judgment. Often, these are fantasies she has imagined countless times in private, from secret glances to bold encounters, but she hesitates to ask because she worries it might seem too much or embarrassing. By showing curiosity, openness, and a willingness to play along, you create a space where she feels invited, accepted, and free to indulge her imagination. Role playing also enhances intimacy because it requires communication, attentiveness, and trust. Even simple scenarios, like pretending to meet for the first time, teasing or playful forbidden situations, can create heightened anticipation and a deeper emotional connection. The key is consent, safety, and shared excitement. Watching her relax into the fantasy, seeing her eyes light up with mischief, and feeling her respond to your energy intensifies desire in a way that ordinary encounters rarely achieve. When approached with playfulness and attentiveness, role-playing becomes more than a game. It becomes a psychological and physical turn-on. It allows her to explore hidden desires while feeling completely safe, transforming intimacy into an exhilarating experience she may never forget and encouraging her to share even deeper fantasies over time. Many people underestimate the power of slow, intentional intimacy, yet it's one of the most desired experiences for women. In a world where sex is often rushed or goal-oriented, taking the time to linger on every touch, glance, and kiss creates a level of connection that goes far beyond physical pleasure. Women crave this because it allows them to fully inhabit the moment, feel seen, and experience desire that builds gradually rather than being fleeting. The anticipation becomes almost as thrilling as the act itself, turning every movement into an electric experience. Intentional intimacy is about awareness. It's noticing how her body responds to subtle touches, how her breath changes with your proximity, and how her energy shifts as desire grows. A slow caress along her arm, a lingering kiss, or gentle teasing can communicate care, focus, and passion without a single word. When she senses that you are fully present, not rushing toward the climax, it reassures her and allows her to relax into pleasure, opening the door to deeper, more intense sensations. This approach is also psychologically potent. The slow build heightens anticipation and curiosity, making each touch, each whisper, feel charged with meaning. Women often imagine these prolonged, attentive encounters in secret because they evoke not only pleasure but also emotional connection, safety, and excitement simultaneously. By mastering the art of slow intimacy, you give her permission to fully let go, to explore desire without fear, and to enjoy the subtle dance of tension and release. It's this deliberate, mindful attention that transforms a sexual experience into a memory that lingers long after the moment is over, making her crave your presence in ways she may never openly admit. Many women have secret desires that involve exploring boundaries, yet they rarely voice them. This isn't about extremes for the sake of shock. It's about pushing limits in a safe, consensual way that heightens excitement and connection. The thrill comes from testing what feels new or daring while knowing that their partner is attuned, respectful, and in control. It's this delicate mix of trust, anticipation, and a little risk that makes boundary exploration intensely arousing. Exploring boundaries can take many forms. A little spanking, assertive guidance, playful restraint, or even taking charge in certain moments. Women often imagine these scenarios privately, fascinated by the idea of surrendering control or experimenting with power dynamics, but they hesitate to ask because of fear, embarrassment, or concern about judgment. When you create an environment where she feels safe to voice or act on these desires, even indirectly, it unlocks levels of pleasure and trust that ordinary encounters can't reach. The key to boundary exploration is communication and observation. You don't need explicit instructions every time. Reading her subtle cues, noticing how she reacts to pressure, touch, or playful dominance, and adjusting accordingly ensures she feels safe while indulging her curiosity. It's about giving her permission to push limits without crossing comfort zones, creating a mutual dance of desire and discovery. When done thoughtfully, exploring boundaries deepens both physical and emotional intimacy. It transforms sex into a shared adventure, one that leaves her feeling both exhilarated and cared for. By understanding and embracing this hidden craving, you allow her fantasies to surface safely, intensifying attraction and creating experiences she may never have dared to admit to anyone else. Attentiveness is one of the most powerful yet often overlooked turn-ons for women in the bedroom. Many secretly crave a partner who notices their smallest reactions, reads their body language, and adjusts accordingly. It's not just about physical touch. It's about being fully present, attuned, and responsive. Women want to feel that every movement, every sigh, and every subtle shift in energy matters, that you are paying attention not just to what you want, but to how she feels in every moment. When you are attentive, you pick up on signals she may be too shy or embarrassed to verbalize. A slight shiver, a soft moan, or the way her hands instinctively move can guide your actions, letting you enhance her pleasure without her having to ask. This kind of attentiveness communicates care, confidence, and understanding, creating a psychological intimacy that makes her feel safe enough to explore fantasies she might otherwise hide. Attentiveness also deepens connection by allowing you to synchronize with her rhythm, slowing down when she wants, intensifying when she responds, and pausing to heighten anticipation. It's a dynamic exchange that turns sexual encounters into a collaborative dance where both partners are fully engaged and tuned into each other. Women notice when a partner is simply going through the motions, and that lack of focus can kill desire faster than anything else. By cultivating attentiveness, you give her permission to fully surrender, explore hidden desires, and experience pleasure on a much deeper level. It's the subtle art of noticing what she doesn't say, responding without being prompted, and creating an intimate environment where her fantasies can safely come to life. Attentiveness transforms ordinary encounters into moments of intense, unforgettable connection, leaving her craving more than just the physical. It leaves her craving you. At the end of the day, what women truly crave in bed goes far beyond technique or physical skill. It's about connection, trust, and the courage to explore desires that often go unspoken. When you create emotional safety, read her cues, and respond with confidence, attentiveness, and curiosity, you unlock a world of intimacy she may never have dared to show. Every whispered word, lingering touch, playful scenario, and boundary explored becomes a signal that she is safe to fully surrender, to reveal her hidden fantasies, and to experience pleasure on a much deeper level. These 10 desires, the ones she's too nervous to ask for, aren't just fantasies. They're psychological keys to intimacy, trust, and shared excitement. From slow, intentional touch to playful dominance, from dirty talk to role playing, from exploring boundaries to being fully attentive. Each element works together to create an experience that is both emotionally and physically electrifying. Mastering them isn't about pressure or performance. It's about presence, awareness, and respect. When you embody these qualities, ordinary encounters transform into unforgettable experiences. She feels seen, desired, and safe enough to fully express herself. And that freedom sparks a level of passion, trust, and connection that lingers long after the moment ends. Understanding these hidden desires doesn't just make sex better, it deepens your bond, strengthens attraction, and leaves her craving not just the pleasure, but the emotional depth and intimacy only you can provide.